Hello everyone, I'm Dai here. Will AI replace artists? If you are following AI lately, you have to watch this.
Just to introduce to everyone in the audience here, I have Mr. Tau Fei, our wonderful lecturer from Dasein Academy of Art. He's in graphic design, and he has won the Lecturer of the Year award from the Kanchil Awards in 2024. Yes. Of course, being very handsome is one of the many good qualities to win that award. And then over here we have Charlise Chen, who is the ECD, so Executive Creative Director, was former executive creative director for, I believe it was...
Quite a few agencies.
Right?
Sachi, Libanet, Geometry, Momentum, Barrels, that's covered most of it.
Yeah. That's a very stacked lineup in terms of agencies that you've been with. So there's quite a lot of knowledge and expertise that we can actually all gather from here today. So instead of me rambling on, I'm sure the audience would love to know a bit more about you. So let's start with Mr. Tau Fei first.
Okay. Introduce myself?
Yes, of course, please. I'm sure the audience would like to know a bit of your background.
Okay. I have been in this industry, advertising and graphic design, for the past 25 years plus. Yeah. But after that, as an educator, I think perhaps 15 years.
How about yourself? Please tell us a bit more about yourself.
I was in advertising for the longest time, cross-country, cross-border, cross-culture as well, probably more than 25 years. I'm back in Malaysia. I actually have my own business, which is as a brand strategist now, Yeah, and now I'm actually partially in design, teaching,
Like what made you really want to pursue a career in graphics design, or rather in agency life?
Yeah, I think quite interesting. When I was 5 years old, I really loved drawing, but I never ended up as a good illustrator. Yeah, but along the way, so you slowly discover, from knowing, liking, drawing, all the way up, and then slowly notice that, oh, there's a term called graphic design. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so because of that, just explore. Because during our time, we don't have a lot of choices.
What about yourself?
Same goes to me. I have been, I love to draw. I'm not really a fine artist, but I just love to express myself, through drawing, anything, So when I was in secondary, after XPM, a lecturer, my teacher actually, told me this, you love drawing so much, I couldn't figure out what career that you can enter, because my mom, the old mindset of at the time, don't become an artist, you only get your pay when you die. And I said, okay. So this lecturer came and said, no, not really, Yeah, same, right? So this lecturer, this teacher, she said, you probably want to get into graphic design.
It was a lot easier back then. Not a lot easier. It was a lot harder back then, especially when it came to trying to figure out a lot of these ideas, a lot of these things, because you didn't have as much resources as you did back then than it is now, which ultimately ties into like one of the biggest elephants in the room, especially if you're a graphics designer nowadays, which is artificial intelligence. The big boogeyman in the closet. Everyone is afraid of. Oh no, AI this, AI that. But as a brand strategist, especially because you give it such a human touch, you give it such a human feel to brand strategies and to how they penetrate the market, how they position themselves in the market space. How do you feel AI having that presence in that market share?
At first, I was quite also reluctant when everyone start using ChatGPT, and I said, okay, gone. All the thinking will be override, by the AI. And then I'm using AI. I treat AI, I only use ChatGPT honestly, okay? It's just a co-work with it. The human touch, the human thinking, okay, as I say, like inside when you feel that moment, it will not be replaceable by AI. However, sometimes we can co-work with it to bounce off a little bit of some ideas, but we must have our standpoint. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm trying to say. So let's see, my dear ChatGPT co-work, okay? What can you inspire me? So probably that things, okay, things that comes up might help to enhance, but it will not override at all in terms of thinking. There are people that only depends on AI and take and run. But let's not do that, okay? Use it wisely, balance, okay? Come back to the core purpose. So that is human and that is profound.
Because AI cannot take away humans, humans' instinct.
The human creativity, the
human
aesthetics.
Yeah, because you see, sometimes when we do creativity, sometimes the idea concept come from human instinct, come from humans' belief. Okay, even so come from humans' life experience. Yeah, which I don't think AI have all this experience. Yeah, what they have is only the data being used by people. So that can help us to shorten certain process, but definitely not help us, to think something new. Yeah. So as a posterist, I do bounce back idea with AI. I do disagree. Yeah.
Me too.
I do disagree. Yeah. But sometimes also it's like when we talk, doing research is great. Yeah, so you don't have to go to public library or take newspaper, magazine like old timer. Now with the AI, that can shorten a lot. Even the research are so much better. So I think we use it wisely.
Storytelling is important, but it's a relevant story, it's a true story. One of the point written is that, what is my best, the most memorable case study? Not case study, right?
Brands required.
The brands, there was when I'm already back here in Malaysia during pandemic time. A close friend of mine, a florist, okay, she came to me and she said, "Since you have nothing to do, and I think I love a design, would you like to try to do my branding?" And that's where I started actually. So I said, "Why not?" Okay. So as you can see, if it's a florist, definitely it's a flower, the logo. Then I started to revamp back everything. I said, it got to be more than that. So I met up with him, my closest friend. I sit down with her in her office, in the florist. Okay, I really listened to her story. So she started with, in the corporate world, she saw this little flower store back then, auntie, and it inspired her to become one. It's not because of the flower, but it's a freedom that she can do things that she likes. And with that, that's where the starting point started, okay? And she have a lot of store one by one open, okay? Car park and so on, till a space today. And I have actually worked with her before and see how the people work. A florist is never like, loving drama story. It's very difficult. You need to choose, you need to carry all the heavy stuff. 12 hours non-stop in a day, okay? And when I speak to her, when I listen to her, you see the insight comes in. The idea came. So I gave her this flower, fully blossom, it's dahlia, okay? You see, a dahlia is actually the big, like ping pong, dahlia is round shape. Do you know from seed to blossom in such full blown, okay? What do you need? Resilient strength, the inner strength. So I see this in her, so the story ties in. And the logo names is Inner Strength Bloom, the power of inner strength, full bloom, okay? So with that, okay, she got the idea, and then we generate a lot of the rest of things, the whole story comes in, okay? Why this such flower? Because of the inner strength resonate with the founder for more than 25 years. Okay, it's not easy, huh? All right, and the whole thing jiving, and just happened. Okay, each petal at each time, each petal has a story. 25. When I completed that logo, 25 petals, I didn't know it was her 25th anniversary. Just happened, yeah. So I'm very grateful to that he knows this one. Okay, the opportunity given, and that is when I started to so much. I believe so much in it. We must talk to the person, be a listener, hear the story. Why they have that business at first place? What was their, we call in Chinese, 初心, okay, and what keep her still running today? And she said, because of the inner strength, and flower has life. Okay, so she would like to share this life, you call it flower life, or the happiness of flower. Well, of course, it's happiness, okay, to the rest of the people, okay, be it the one who do it, the florist, the deliver, or the one who receive it, or even the giver. You see, so how beautiful this is, the whole story.
Just hearing you two talk today is a very huge, great insight to me. Like a lot of wisdom has been shared, and I'm sure the audience have also quite enjoyed the sharing from both of you. But without further delay, before we end things off, do you have any words of advice or any words of wisdom for people out there who would just like to pursue a career in graphics design, especially in this day and age?
I think for AI, do not be afraid. Yeah, because AI is meant to help us, to assist us, but not to replace us. Yeah, in fact, I don't believe AI will replace any human's thought. Yeah, because we need thinker. Okay, we need someone who can be more human. Okay, so AI will not make you more human. Okay, yeah, but the way you nurtured your own mind, okay, I believe that will make you more human. Yeah, so these are the things, in fact, for those, for parents or those thinking, okay, I want to study graphic design. So my advice is that learn and think about this thing. What kind of thinker I want to be, okay, and really stop worrying about AI. So I think it's never an issue actually. From the beginning until now, until future, I believe it's never an issue. The issue is, will I really want to be a thinker? So I think we make a choice 30 years ago. Okay? We want to be a thinker. Yeah, so we start with story. Okay, AI came in. I think during that time, if AI will be us, you don't have to, we don't have to, we don't have to use our boss, those photoset machine or those scanner to scan the curry puff. That I don't know what happened after that. Yeah, I mean, so with AI, that can be solved beautifully, but the story is what makes us more human. Yeah.
As for me, whether if you are watching as you are a parent, or if you are someone that trying to look for your path, whether in design, graphic design, it doesn't matter. Always remember one thing: be truthful to yourself. You must know where your passion is. That's the starting point. Okay. You don't have to follow the crowd. They are studying this, so I studied that because the future will bring me. Yes, every career will bring you somewhere, but the passion will bring you further. Always remember, come back to the passion, okay? And always be truthful to the purpose, okay? And the rest will flow, automatically. The very fundamental thing is passion. If you don't have that, you can't walk far. Probably like in 5 years or 10 years, then you started to feel like, I'm bored with the life, because that wasn't your passion. But at least you must have that first, right? Yeah. So whether it's AI and so on, that's totally fine. In fact, as I say, they are the co-worker with us, co-create together. Okay? That's it.
Yeah. I think we just remember these few things. Thinking, meaning, okay, human, character, conviction, I think these are really 5 things that make us superior than AI.
Then in this case, I would assume that, nowadays, in this era, AI is here to assist, but never really to replace us.
Yes.
So I think, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. It was a very interesting conversation that we had. It was a blast of immense pleasure to learn a lot about your brand,
Thank you.
where you came from, and as well Tau Fei's your previous experiences, your work as well, and it definitely does drive home the fact that graphics design is more than just poster work, more than just branding, but rather it's more storytelling, it's more human connections.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Marcus, for
Thank
your
you so much.
having us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much once again, everyone. Mr. Tau Fei, lecturer of Dasein, and Ms.
Thank
Charlise
you.
Chan, definitely former ECD of several agencies
Right.
as well. And that concludes our first episode of the Creative Series. Thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Okay, thank you.